Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is Sarah Watches Stuff. This is going to be my first video on this channel. I have been wanting to start this for quite a long time and I was like, well, I gotta tell all these people so I can start I just decided to do it. I've been wanting to do it and this year is the year of yes and just doing what feels right. So here we go. So I'm going to be just reacting to movies, TV shows, documentaries, podcasts, maybe some weird things that come up in the news. I just like to have conversations about these things. I talked about this in my birthday video a couple weeks back, how I'm learning to just accept that I really do love TV and movies and it doesn't make me lazy. It's art. It's something to be discussed. There is sometimes spiritual lessons. I don't know. I'm obsessed with TV, movies, podcasts, documentaries, and I like to discuss. So today we're going to discuss something that has been viral lately. It surely went viral on TikTok when it happened. I do not have TikTok, mostly because I just don't want to be addicted to one more thing. But I finished this documentary or movie, whatever you want to call it, called The Crash on Netflix. I am late to the party here because, like I said, I did not hear of this. This is about a young girl named Mackenzie Sharilla, and she got in a car wreck with her boyfriend and her friend in July of 2022. The boyfriend and friend passed away, Dom and Davion. She lived. She ended up getting sentenced in 2023 to two 15 to life sentences done at the same time. So it's not 15 and 15, it's 15 and 15. So in 15 years, she will be up for parole. The Crash left out a lot of stuff. People went, absolutely gnarly over this thing. And I followed some other people that were like, you need to watch this documentary and this. So I'm going to put down everything I know to watch in the description box. But I think that anybody that's watching this right now has already done the deep dive. And I'm just another video that you've come across. I'm going to start off by saying I think she is guilty. And here's why I think she is guilty. When you kill somebody in a car crash, you're guilty no matter what. Whether it was an accident, a devastating tragedy, whether you had a medical incident, whether you fell asleep at the wheel, whether you did it on purpose and you thought that you were going to die as well. All of those things deserve a consequence, right? Like when I used to teach, I used to tell my kids, my students, every action has a consequence, whether it's a good or a bad one. You do something nice for someone, maybe you get that back. You hurt someone, there is a consequence for that, right? Like that's just physics. You do something, there's a consequence. So not even getting into the nitty gritty about did she do it on purpose and all of that, she deserves to have a consequence. And here's why I believe that people are obsessed with her. And I think it's mine too, part of why I am obsessed with this case. Other than the fact that when you watch The Crash, it will make you physically sick. I literally almost vomited immediately, and that's not the norm for me. It was just so horrific, but it is the lack of remorse and the way she's been acting like I'm her friend. I don't know her. This is just things I've seen, right? Videos, text messages, people that were in jail with her, a girlfriend of hers in jail. It's very, very weird how she acts. So I'm a real estate agent. My bread and butter is real estate agent. I had this tenant apply for one of the properties I had for rent. This guy kind of acts like this. And I think there are some people in this age group that really do think that they're invincible and that there is an entitlement, that everything is deserved, whether they make an effort or not. There's like, she did not, like every phone call, for instance, her jail phone calls, you can listen to those. She tells her mom or asks her mom, can't I just say I had a seizure? And her mom was like, well, I don't know, or why don't you just bail me out? Her bail was $500,000. She's like, get me out of here. I don't deserve to be here. Like no devastation, no, like her parents will go to bat for her saying that she's been devastated, that she's been depressed, that she's crying all the time. I can't say that's true or not. I think that she might miss these people, but I think she's more devastated for herself going to jail. She's already having, again, she's been in jail for almost 3 years. So there are like lists of things that she's been in trouble for while she's been there, infractions. And I think she's just setting herself up to just be denied parole in 15 years. She talks to her mom in, it's not Pig Latin, but it's something similar where they try and talk in code, which you're not allowed to do. She begs the families that passed away to tell the world that she was not at fault. Girl, you are at fault no matter what. Like, do I personally think she did it on purpose? I personally think she did it on purpose. So let's get into a little bit of the nitty gritty here. First of all, she calls herself Sharilla the Killer in prison. So to me, that says it all. Like, if I devastatingly killed my boyfriend and one of my best friends, I would not be calling myself Sharilla the Killer, okay? Let me see. There's debate about her remembering the crash. She keeps saying she doesn't remember the crash, and people are like, well, if you don't remember it, then how can you say that there was no intent? Well, my guy, Freddie, got hit by a car riding a bicycle. He does not remember it happening. He just remembers waking up. And there are plenty of incidences where this happens to people from the trauma. I fully believe that she might not remember it. I don't know if she's lying or not, but I'm not going to debate that because I have experience with people that is the case, that you don't always remember a traumatic incident like that. But basically, they were at a party. It was like 5 a.m.-ish. They decided to get up and go home. It's a curvy road. She's driving literally 100 miles an hour. The black box in the car says that she never tried to slow down. She never tried to hit the brake. Someone tried to pull one side or the other, went into neutral, went out of neutral. I think people were fighting for their lives. There's a part where it talks about, like, she's in all of these Instagram and TikTok videos, smoking a bowl, smoking a bong, doing shrooms, doing all these things while driving with no seatbelt. Well, she was wearing her seatbelt at this time. So that's something that people point out as could be pointing to an on-purpose situation. I don't know yet if I believe that she planned it days in advance, or if she got mad on the way home, they were arguing, and she decided to scare him, and then, she thought she would die too. There are reports that they did have to call the cops in the past because she said that she was going to commit the S word, right? Like, she was going to take herself out. And so I can, like, when you look at this, when you watch these other documentaries and other episodes and YouTube and stuff, she is an enraged person. She is very narcissistic. She thinks she's invincible. She thinks she doesn't deserve consequences. She's very entitled. And all of those things kind of show that she could have just done it at the last minute. But there's also some people that say in other documentaries that she drove that route that wasn't close to anything that she went to on a regular basis. She drove that route multiple times the day before or the week before. So whether that's true or not, the way she acts and her personality, like, there's videos of them arguing. It was a very toxic relationship back and forth. She might have been dealing with him. She might have been doing sex work. She was just kind of in the midst of like a very crazy toxic life. And I think she just went a little nuts, to be honest. Whether she planned it or was last minute, I do believe that it was on purpose. Did she plan to die herself? I don't know. She put her seatbelt on, and the other two, when the police arrived, they did not have their seatbelt. They were on top of each other. The boys were just devastating, absolutely devastating. Someone said she was in a coma, which is weird because she literally was talking when they took her out. I think she broke some ribs and legs. Like, I can't believe that she survived it. When you watch it, it hits the passenger side. Like, the car goes 100 miles an hour and then hits the wall. And people say, well, she turned it to hit the passenger side so she didn't get as hurt. I think it could have happened when the boys were trying to save their life, and then that's just where it ended up. And that's how she survived. Either way, I think some form or fashion, she meant it to happen. And I don't know that she believed she would live through it. So she was more devastated that she was going to have a consequence now after she did something on purpose and she survived it. I think, so the parents talk a lot about how they were fine with her smoking weed because it was safer. You know, I agree, it's safer than alcohol, right? But as a 16-year-old, you shouldn't be doing any of that. Like, your brain is still developing. They allowed her to live with her boyfriend, Dom, at 17, yet she didn't want to be treated as an adult when she did these horrific tragedies, right? So she gets in this car wreck. They think she planned it before she turned 18, so she wouldn't have to be tried as an adult. But to me, I'm like, girl, you are, first of all, if you plan that, what a shithead. But like, she wants to live as an adult, live on her own with her boyfriend, do adult things, but she doesn't want to have the consequence of an adult. So like I said, the parents talk a lot. They said that they didn't care that she was doing any of that. They let her go over there. I think that it is partly how you're born, your personality type, but they did not curb that from her. Let's just say she was born like that. They did not curb she had no consequences. Like, anytime she got in so much trouble at school, the dad said they would go to the school and they would ask, did you do this? And she would say no. They would believe her, take her home. Like, they never had a consequence for her. And as a result, you can tell by the conversation she has with her parents that she thinks she does not deserve to be in jail, that she is above it, that she is high and mighty. I don't know. It's just wild. They don't, the mom doesn't want to give up her phone to the cops. God forbid this happened to a black person, like all this shit that she's talking, like, oh my God. Apparently the dad was a Catholic school teacher and he ended up getting suspended. I think he's finally been fired completely. Double check me on that. Again, I'm just reacting to this. I'm not a news reporter. I'm not going to do any sort of deep dive on facts. There are plenty of other people that do this. I just wanted to react to it. When I saw the actual crash in the documentary, like I said, I almost vomited immediately. I was devastated. Tears welled up in my eyes and I was like, this is so horrific. I just don't think that they showed everything in this documentary that you needed to see to form an opinion. And for some reason, this one sat with me and I've been obsessed with it. And I've talked to a lot of people about it and it's just made me sad and uncomfortable. And like at the end of the documentary, you know, she's like, well, I just want everybody to know that there was no intent and I have so much remorse. And then you come to see that like her lawyer is right there and she's like, did I do okay? And obviously I'm paraphrasing here, but like, she's putting on a freaking show, man. She's putting on a show. When she got to the hospital and came to and like was able to function, she was saying yes to a brand deal. You know, like I know you have to like make money and do your job, but it's just gross. She just grosses me out. And I just feel so sad for the families. You know, let's just say that it was a total accident. She should be way more remorseful. I mean, I'm devastated when I hit a dead squirrel that's already on the road. There was another excuse. Oh my gosh, this one got me. They said, her mom said in court that she had POTS, P-O-T-S, and it's some sort of medical condition where you black out or you faint, but it usually happens from going from sitting to standing, standing to sitting, sitting to laying down. She was sitting the whole time. Also, there's no medical record. So like, why would you even bring that up if you have no proof? They're just trying to scrape at things to save their daughter. And I get that, right? Like, I get that you want to love your daughter and support your daughter, but part of that is showing that there are consequences to their actions. And to me, that's the biggest disappointment, are the parents. And it's just, I can't imagine being a parent of one of the boys that passed away, watching the Mackenzie Sharilla's parents talk, doing interviews, and just trying to turn the story around to make her daughter look good. And she's never going to look good. To me, she's always going to look guilty, whether she planned it days in advance, whether she did it at the last minute, whether some medical condition happened that we don't know of. I do think at some point she's got to take responsibility. And between that and her parents, it's just gross to me. It's gross. It's very sad. I have some more things to watch. I even watched a YouTube video where they bring like a psychiatrist on, a forensic psychiatrist, and she talks about her possibly having borderline personality disorder. There's been talk about, because she smokes a lot of weed and does a lot of drugs, that can enrage people. I haven't done a lot of research on that. I can't stop watching information on it. I will link some other YouTube videos I've watched that are very informative, some other documentaries as well. If you want to know more about this and you've only watched the crash, I highly recommend that you watch these other things too to get a better picture, and let me know what you think down below. I have more exciting things coming. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.